G'day guys, this is Big T. Today I've got the Toyota Hilux in the workshop. So this is the newer Hilux, the 2020 Plus, all the way up to current. Today I'll be fitting the Rockarmor GT bull bar to the vehicle. To start off with, I'm just going to go through a few of the features with the new GT bull bar that we have here. So the first thing you see is just a really sleek design that Rockarmor have come up with. Really hugs the vehicle, sits in close. It doesn't hang out of the front of the vehicle too much. So all you guys that are going to be parking the car in the garage, you'll have heaps of room at the front. Comes standard with your high lift jack mounts. You've got your sensor hole cutouts, winch compatible. You've got your dual antenna mounts on the top. Something that I really like, Rockarmor have got the rock coat. So the powder coat is from America and it's exclusive just for Rockarmor, and that's a nice finish that you see here on the bar. We also have here your mounting points for your spotties. So this vehicle is going to be getting a set of 8.5-inch Rockarmor lights. We've got the winch controller cutouts on the front. The most important feature of this bull bar is that it is ADR complied. So that means it works in with all the safety features of your vehicle. So that's going to keep you guys protected on and off the road. Also, you'll see built in to the bull bar, standard is your LED fog lights, LED parkers and LED indicators. So we've got the angel light here, which will have your indicator and parker built in. But a really nice feature that Rockarmor have come up with is the park light, which has the fog light in the middle, plus a park light that goes around. It really looks nice on the vehicle. The only difference that you're going to have with the GT bar in the SR and the SR5 is this little bracket here. So with the SR5, you'll be fitting this bracket and it just sits up on the wings there, which works in with this little cutout on your light there. With the SR models, you won't be fitting it. So I'm just going to go ahead now, strip the vehicle and then get the bar fitted. Okay, so the front of the vehicle is all stripped down now. You'll see you've got your cradle, it's just a one piece. It's just going to sit straight up onto the chassis, as so. And then we've got our support brackets. So I've got my reinforcement brackets here. So this bracket here is going to sit on the outside of the chassis. You'll see the square cutout there. So that's just for my factory bolt there. It's going to sit over as so. And then I have this reinforcement bracket for the inner side of the chassis. That's just going to slide over the top and match up there. And then I've got my recovery point. I've got the two mounting points at the bottom, which are down here. They're both threaded. And then this bolt here is going to go straight through the chassis. And it's going to sit in place just like that. Now, just before you tighten up all the nuts and bolts, we just want to center our cradle. So you can get a ruler and just go off the chassis to the outside of the bracket as so, and just make sure that you have the same measurement on both sides. Also get a tape measure, just go from the body of the vehicle out, measure both sides there and make sure they're the same, and then just go ahead and tighten up the cradle and the rest of your support brackets. Okay, once everything's tightened up, everything's level, next step, if you're going to be mounting a winch, this is the time to do it. So you'll see your 4 mounting points on the center of the cradle. It's going to sit the winch there now, tighten it all up. Go ahead and cut the grill here. And I have to mount the grill before I mount the bar, otherwise it's too hard to fit in. So I'm just going to go off this line here that you see there. And I'm just going to go 6 centimeters down from that. Okay, so I've got the winch all mounted in place there. What I've done here, I've mounted my control box on top of the winch. So just for my factory sensors on this front of the grill here. and I've just put my grill in place there. Now everything's all tight, ready for the bar, but before then, I'm just going to go in, tap in and get my indicator and parkers from my lights. So get your auto electrician to step in and do this part. Otherwise, if you're a bit handy, you can do it yourself. If your vehicle comes with factory sensors, so what I do now, mount the sensors onto the bar. So when you mount the bar on, it's just plug and play. So just before you mount the bar to the vehicle, you've got your core thread there. Just put your flat washer on there, and I'm going to feed the bolts from the outside in. This makes it easier once I tighten up the bar. And then once the bar's on, just your flat washer, your spring, and your nut, just as so. Then you've got your 3 mounting points on either side, and you can also get some Loctite now and put Loctite on your thread. So what I'm doing here, I've got the 2-in-1. It's a primer and enamel paint, and what it does, it just protects against rust and corrosion. So what I always do after I've tightened up all my bolts, I just give them a nice coat, because when you're tightening up these bolts, you can scratch the surface, and what that will lead to down the track, you'll start getting rust. So just spray over all your nuts and bolts just to give them that extra protection. Okay, so all my wiring's done. It's time for the underbody protection. The great thing with the Rockarmor bars is they all come nut certed. So when mounting the bash plate, just get your 10 mils and just go straight into those nut certs. But the way I'm going to do it now, because I've got to cut my inner guard there, so I'm just going to sit my side bash plate just there as so, and then mark my line to cut. So I'm going to go through, trim this line, and then mount my bash plate straight up.